Guys, this is going to be a game changer. In this video, we are sharing tips on how to build a strong relationship. And these are things that we've used and continue to use from the time we're dating to now that we're married. So stick around to make sure that you're getting the best tips to help you build a strong relationship. Hi everyone and welcome to Rosa Forever. I'm Terry.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're excited that you're joining us in this video as we give you some tips to build a strong relationship. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know when we post new videos.
So we're going to jump right into it, guys. One of the things that we do is we intentionally spend time in the Word of God together. But we feel like this is really important because it not only helps us to develop our individual relationship with God, but it also helps us to develop that relationship with God as a couple. And at the end of the day, when a couple that's prays together stays together. So we wanted to make sure that we included God in our relationship because we believe that His Word is the glue that keeps our relationship together when we have tough times, when things are going well. At the end of the day, we have instruction on how to be a better couple and how to develop conflict resolution.
So if you remember, we started our relationship with devotionals, and you don't have to go out and buy a devotional book. You can if you want, and we'll link some really good ones down below. But we started with the Gospels, and so we would choose a chapter and we would do what's known as a SOAP note. We did not create a SOAP note, but I'll link the resource below so that you and your partner can learn how to do a SOAP note together. So basically the S in the SOAP note stands for scripture. The O stands for observation, the A for application, and the P for prayer. And what would happen is we would choose a Bible verse. So say, for instance, we chose Matthew 6. And if we chose Matthew 6 and selected verse 25, we would both read the exact same verse, but we had different takes on that particular verse. And it was really nice to hear the different perspectives. So it's really a good thing for you and your partner to start to do together, because then you'll see how your perspective is going to be shaped by maybe your own life experiences, what you're dealing with right now at work or in life in general, and how you bring that in terms of applying it to your life from the scripture's perspective.
Absolutely. Another thing that we do is we celebrate our anniversary monthly, which would technically make it a month-iversary, I guess, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, month-iversary. So we celebrate our we have month-iversaries monthly. So the reason we started doing this, I think it was something that I started doing, but the reason that I started doing this is because I simply wanted to remind my beautiful wife over here that she was valued and that I appreciate her not just every day, every single day, but also every single month in that situation. So I have a love for music. Anyone who knows me knows that I love music. And I thought to myself, how can I use this thing that I love to express my love for the one I love? So I said, you know what? I'm going to take these. So what I do is I take songs that describe how I'm feeling about this beautiful woman over here, and I make a playlist out of them. And what it does is it tells a story about how I'm feeling about our relationship and about her that month. And Terry loves to dance, so we'll dance to the songs, and I'll make sure they have a nice little groove to them, fast, slow, a mixture of genres, and it's just an opportunity for us to spend time together, hold one another, and just reflect on the love that we have for one another.
Yeah, those are definitely awesome.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
I do. They're very sweet, and it's something I definitely look forward to continuing for the rest of our lives for sure. The next thing that we do in terms of work in our relationship is that we suffer. I mean, we indulge, not suffer. I guess I had a little Freudian slip there. Let me just say what it is. We suffer through each other's guilty pleasures. And, Kyle loves Dragon Ball Z. And
yes.
I don't know many wives who would go and sit through a 2-hour movie of Dragon Ball Z, or even watch several 9-minute long episodes of Dragon Ball Z on YouTube. But because it's something that Kyle enjoys, I take an active interest in it because I think it's part of building a relationship. You have to be interested in some of the things that your partner has an interest in as well.
So first of all, there's nothing wrong with the Kamehameha. So we're going to get that clear right now, okay?
Okay.
Nothing wrong with the Kamehameha or Spirit Bomb.
Okay.
Or Super Saiyan.
Okay.
Or...
And back to the video.
But I just want to make sure that we got all that clear, okay? But but no, and also but for me, now that she brought out mine, my wife loves house hunters for some reason. I don't know.
Good.
For who?
Who doesn't like? I don't know anyone who does not like house hunters.
Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, great. If you like house hunters, good for you. But but that's the thing that she loves. So I suffer. I mean, I'm sorry. I intentionally indulge in house hunters. How often? Like every day, I think.
We don't watch it every day, babe. We maybe like twice a week at most.
It just feels like it, but
it's twice a week at most.
Yeah, okay, in your own mind. But we watch house hunt. Well, she watches house hunters, and I'm just sitting there looking like a zombie at house hunters, because not because I like the show, which I don't really, but because I actually love my wife, and if it's important to her, then it's important to me. So we sit down and watch House Hunters together, just so we have that time to spend together doing something that she loves, just as she watches Dragon Ball Z and all the Kamehamehas and things that go on out of her love for me. So you want to do that with your partner and just take the time to love what they love, even if you hate it.
Right. The next thing that we do is we do a daily gratitude journal. And so we take time to write down the things we're grateful for about each other throughout the day. And it's really nice because, again, you are often so focused on all the things sometimes that are going wrong that you need to make sure you focus on the things that are going well, right? You ever heard they say that what you focus on expands? And so by focusing on the things that are going well, we have an opportunity to really appreciate those things in one another. So that's something that we do on a daily basis.
100%. And also it's an opportunity to write down the things that you appreciate, because a lot of times you have them floating in your head, and it's nothing wrong with keeping them up there. But at the same time, the mind forgets, paper doesn't. So if you happen to have one of those days where everything seems like it's going wrong and you forget the positive, you have something written down that you can refer back to that will remind you of what happened maybe a day or two or maybe even a year ago, how some things just went extremely well. It could have been a life-changing event. If you're a first-time parent, maybe you had a child and you wrote that down in your book, and those children may be that child or whatever may be driving you nuts. So you look back at when it happened, and maybe you're more descriptive. You write down how you're feeling. I had a baby and I felt amazing for whatever reason. It just brings you back to a healthy place of gratitude, and it reminds you that even though things make it crazy sometimes, there are many positive things that have also happened, and it helps you to really appreciate those things and remember them in those tough times.
The last thing we do is we go on a nature walk. And let me just pause here for a second. This is by no means an exhaustive list. So there are several other things that we have done or that you may be doing in your relationship that's helping you to build a strong, healthy relationship. We're just sharing some of the ones that we do consistently. So the next thing, like I said, is a nature walk. And so we just go outside. And if you guys remember from our last video, which we'll link, I don't like nature. So when I say nature walk, it's not that we're going on a trail or out in the mountains or out in the woods. We're maybe just walking around the neighborhood, walking around the local park, but that is nature. So we go outside and we spend time. Again, this is not part of our regular date night. It's just we put our phones away, and it gives us an opportunity to talk about the things that are important to us, to communicate about some things that maybe happened throughout the week that we didn't have an opportunity to share with one another. And so that's really nice for us to do.
I feel like definitely. I think it's a really big thing, because throughout your work day or work week or whatever, it may be tough to communicate because one, you're worried about the stresses of work. You're worried about what even though you're finished your day, you're worried about what you have to do the next day. You might have a big project. You may be at one part of the project and things may not have gone well that day. So you're like, oh my gosh, I have to take care of this, take care of that, take care of this. So you may be present physically, but you're not present mentally. You're still at work, even when you're at home. So it gives you an opportunity to just disconnect from the cares of the world and just enjoy a little bit of nature. Because nature can be a very calming thing. And also it's good exercise too. You get a chance to just get some blood flow going, to the brain, make you feel good. Plus, you're doing it with your partner, so it's like an adventure that you guys go on at the same time. And if you're both into nature, even if you're not both into nature, if you're into one another, it's something that you're doing together, so it helps you to develop your relationship and just, appreciate the time you have with one another while, like I said, getting some good exercise.
All right, guys, so that's all we have for you this week. We hope these tips will be helpful to you as you are working on building your relationship. As always, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up.
All the way up.
Comment down below to let us know what you're thinking. And as always, subscribe for more awesome content just like this. And don't forget to follow us on our Instagram at TKMinistry7. We thank you and we appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Take care.